This is CNN, a network of Turner Broadcasting System.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. I have a big announcement to make. Over the past 24 hours, observing the news cycle, I believe now in institutional racism as defined right here as racism from an entire organization resulting in the unfair treatment and harmful treatment of people based on their skin colors. I am a 100% pure believer that this is an institutionally racist institution. Systematically racist. CNN hates white people. It's been proven now beyond a shadow of a doubt over the last 24 hours. Let's begin. Last night, there was a man who was carrying a rifle, who had a flak jacket on, and he was rampaging through New York City, and he killed 6 people, and it's awful. He then shot himself on the 33rd floor of the Blackstone building. But let's go back through the timeline, and I have the posts marked and saved here. This is one of the first posts showing his identity on X. This is an identity that used the description of the man from a police scanner, calling him a Middle Eastern or Indian man. You can listen to the scanner yourself. This is what the police had reported to them from witnesses who saw the man. This is a photo of the man. This is the first photo posted of the man. This was posted mere minutes after the shooting started at around 7 p.m. last night. Of course, the shooting made worldwide news. It caused absolute chaos. People died. It was a horrible, horrible tragedy. We're still learning more about the motive right now. Now, this is the photo from the security camera that went viral soon afterwards. You can see a slightly clearer photo. And this individual seems to match the description, definitely carrying a rifle, potentially had a vest on, it looks kind of bulky up there, and then was a man that looks like potential Middle Eastern descent. I'm not sure. I can see black hair, darker skin, and so on. Now, the chaos that ensued, of course, is merited. There was a lot of, people can be forgiven for getting information wrong when there's tensions running high like this. Officers were shot and killed and so on. So you can't trust all information directly off the top. What you can trust, because people get things wrong, what you can trust is the literal photographs of the man with the rifle walking in. And he does look like a Middle Eastern or Indian or black man. That's what he looks like in the video. Again, the security footage, so it's not exactly high definition. It's sort of left to the imagination. And he walks into this building. It's called the Blackstone building. Blackstone is one of the world's biggest hedge funds. Okay. Then he kills himself, and we're able to see that he is, in fact, a black man. This individual kills himself, and we're still trying to figure out who he was. There's the NFL was housed in the building. For instance, some people saying that maybe because this black man named Shane Tamura was a former football player that he had some grudge with.
The battle for Granada Hills. Shane, just talk about
a football performance in 2016 that he had. Right?
How'd you guys come through?
We definitely had to stay disciplined. We were down 10-0. We definitely had to stay disciplined. Our coach kept saying, "Don't hold your heads down. Don't hold your heads down." We just had to stay disciplined and come together as a team.
Okay, so I don't know why Shane Tamura shot up this building and killed people. It's horrible, but here he is. He is a black man. He lives in Las Vegas. The original descriptions of him are correct, and this is really important because people died, and you need to know who's going around doing the killing. When your live's on the line, political correctness goes out the door, right? So here's his photo. This is what we know about him thus far. Here's the weapon that was used, bloodstained M4 rifle. And it's a horrible tragedy. But the tragedy gets worse. When you look at all of this available evidence that was breaking nearly immediately, because of course New York City is one of the most surveilled cities on earth, and you look at all of the background for Shane Tamura that broke almost immediately, and then you look at CNN's coverage. CNN went out of their way to blame this shooting on white people. contrary to the actual evidence. And they did this multiple times right here.
They do not know who he is. They know he is a male, possibly white. He's wearing sunglasses. He appears to have a mustache. And that picture has been distributed to every police officer in New York City.
So wait a second. They're talking about the picture? Do you mean this picture? And granted, I mean, listen, it's not 8K, but you can clearly see this is not a white man, obviously. I mean, unless you were wearing some type of disguise, I suppose, unless if you had some type of makeup or disguise, like some mask or something. This is not a white man. So that CNN analyst is talking about this photo, saying that it is possibly a white man. And they continue.
Showing you here to John's reporting that they do know what he looks like. Male, possibly white, mustache, sunglasses in that building.
Possibly white. So they repeat this again in the height of a tragedy, in the height of people getting killed. They're sending out disinformation that could get more people killed or create a panic, get people ran over because everyone thinks they're looking now for a white man instead of the actual killer, or potentially get an innocent white man injured, right? This is what CNN's doing. It's the height of evil. CNN anchor Aaron Burnett flamed for saying tomorrow was possibly white. Yeah, here we go. Here's the CNN mugshot they've released. CNN releases image of the Blackstone shooter. I keep seeing this guy on my timeline. He keeps getting whiter every single time. CNN, white male. How do you do, my fellow white man? Possibly white. CNN, you cannot make this up. Law enforcement. Here's multiple pictures of the not white suspect. CNN, we know he's a male, possibly white. He's wearing sunglasses. It's almost like they have an agenda. It's almost like they're institutionally racist. This is who CNN calls a white male. CNN tells viewers that the shooter is a white male, even though the world can see on this picture that even though the world can see the picture of the shooter and they stick to it, it's time to pull broadcast licenses. CNN is purposely lying to the American people. There's no public interest here. It's actually dangerous. That's exactly right. CNN's talking about this photo. Their analyst is talking about this photo, saying he's a white guy. And they said it again and again and again. Possibly a white male. This is what actual systemic racism looks like. They wanted it to be a white male so badly in order to pin it on Trump. You don't hate legacy media enough. One more time, CNN said this guy was white. CNN's fake news garbage from hell. Lying propaganda, loser trash. Possibly white. You can't hate them enough. CNN reported in a possibly white vehicle found near the scene. No one, absolutely no one. CNN, white male. Again, it cannot be overstated that they're doing this at the height of a crisis. It could have led to a stampede. It could have led to people getting all this misinformation. It could have led to the authorities looking for the wrong person. CNN, he was half black and half Asian, and Asians are not considered minorities for college scholarships anymore. So Asian is the new white, which basically means he's Caucasian. Okay, well, if you go by that logic. Possible Shane Tamura shot himself after hearing CNN describe him as a white male. Okay. CNN just called New York shooter a white man, just like they called George Zimmerman a white Hispanic. Remember that? If you're old enough to remember that, you remember some of the first race hoaxes. Maryland dad, white man. That's what everyone's saying here. Maryland dad, white man. Yeah. CNN reported this is a white shooter. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this isn't a white male. CNN previously proposed. CNN says this is a white male. Everyone knew it like instantly. Fox News says a light-skinned African-American looking guy, kind of Middle Eastern looking, and that matches the initial reports on the police scanner, which were correct. Okay. Again, people get things wrong. It's okay, but the photographs aren't wrong. Photographs are real. CNN, most trusted name in news. White male, Maryland dad, fell on a stage, sharp as a tack. There you go. It's the four horsemen. Shane Tamura is possibly white. Possibly white. There you go. Original Netflix version. Okay. There we go. This is probably my favorite. Snow White. CNN. Perfect. It's evil. You can laugh about it. I mean, there are jokes to be made, but anti-white hatred, the guy who's running for mayor of New York is planning on taxing white people more and sees white people as the greatest evil to New York City. There's a consequence for all of this, and the consequence could be people get killed. And so it's deadly serious. It's evil what they're doing. They clearly have endemic white hatred. And this, of course, comes on the heels of them refusing to report on the attacks in Cincinnati, which are, of course, also evil. And so they refuse to report on white people being attacked, and then they blame white people for an attack by a black guy. We still don't know why. But we do know that CNN is racist. And we know that this is the sickest ideology you can possibly have. Please, New York, save yourself and don't vote for this bastard. Anyway, it's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't watch Fox News. Subscribe to us instead, right? Real news. See ya.